In this beginner lesson, we will have a look at doing some easy edits. In the previous lesson, we were able to do a recording. Let's start by having a look at the audio we recorded in the first lesson and learn a bit about what we are looking at. We can now play back the audio by pressing the space bar. Notice the white line moving along. This is called the playhead. The playhead takes its name from the old tape recorders that had a stationary playhead. The way it worked is that the tape would run across the playhead. It's really the same that's going on here, but instead of having the tape move over the playhead here, the playhead moves across the tape, so to speak. So the playhead will always play the audio below it. To illustrate the audio, we have waveforms. They're very useful for navigating in the audio. If we zoom out a little by clicking on the zoom tool, we can get a better view. Let's talk about something else you may have noticed when you did a recording. Notice how the levels are automatically being adjusted. The important thing to remember about audiobooks is that they are very long and will be comprised of many different takes that you'll likely do on different days. This auto level feature will keep the volume of your takes consistent throughout the recording of the book. We will get back to how the automated levels work in more detail in a later lesson, but for now, just think of it as your friendly neighborhood audio engineer doing a good job. Regions. Let's talk a little bit about the audio we recorded. The correct name for this blue square is a region. The region is not actually the audio itself, but a representation of the original audio, or a region of the audio. When editing in Hindenburg, you'll not actually edit the original audio. That is the nature of what we call non-destructive editing. This will make a lot more sense as we begin editing the audio, or region as it is. The height of the region is the level, volume, or gain are other ways of saying that. It just means how loud it is when playing. The length of the region represents how much of the original audio will be played. If we click on a region, it turns from blue to orange, or this goldish color, however you see it. This indicates that the region is active. We can do a number of things to an active region. We could move it, or we could trim the ends. As we trim, you see that the original audio is always intact. You see, non-destructive. Last thing we will try with the regions right now is to adjust the level, also called the gain, of the region. This will overrule the automated level we looked at before. If you would like to return to the level set by the nice audio engineer in Hindenburg, we can drag the gain handle up until it snaps and the tooltip turns green. With non-destructive editing and a sound engineer holding your hand, not much can go terribly wrong. The playhead. Let's talk about the playhead. If we would like to play earlier in the region, then we would need to move the playhead, that white line. This is done by left-clicking in the workspace. Notice that the mouse cursor has taken the shape of an I-beam. When it looks like this, you can move the playhead around. And once you have the playhead where you want it, you can play the audio from that point. The split point. One last thing before we wrap up this session. Let's split the region in two. Once the playhead is placed where we would like to split the region, we press the split icon. Now the region is broken into two separate regions. The rather handy shortcut for that is B. B for break, maybe? I don't know. It's a Danish company. There are bound to be some strange things in there, like B for split point. But all you need to know is that it splits the audio into two different parts. And why would you put a split point in? Well, there are many reasons actually. But the main thing to keep in mind is that when it's two separate regions, you can edit them separately. In this lesson, we have covered the following: the auto level feature, the playhead and the cursor, trimming the region, moving a region, splitting a region. We hope that you've enjoyed the lesson and stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe to the channel.